Welcome friends to the Do Less Be More channel. I'm Amy and this is 3 Minute Thursdays. If you're new here, welcome. I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Every week I'm releasing a new video on one of 5 topics. I like to talk about spirituality, productivity, organization, mental health, and self-awareness. Okay, and this week we're talking about mental health, and more specifically we're talking about overwhelm. And so the question that I want to answer this week is, I'm overwhelmed. What can I do that will actually help me? So there is a plethora of amazing advice out there and tips to help combat feelings of overwhelm. And remember, overwhelm is a feeling of too much, right? It's almost a feeling of defeat. We've been overcome by too much, too many things, too many demands, too many heavy feelings. And so the tips out there help to combat those feelings. Take a walk, meditate, trim the fat, set boundaries, which are all super helpful and effective. However, sometimes, and depending on the individual and the situation, or the needs that are unmet due to feeling overwhelmed, the tips themselves can actually add more overwhelm than help us, right? Because we don't have the time to do that thing. We don't have the energy, or we don't even have the willpower to set a boundary. So today I want to offer you a simple but powerful 3-step process that will help move you out of your overwhelmed state. Regardless of who you are, regardless of the situation that got you into overwhelm in the first place, regardless of what needs are not being met. Step 1 of this powerful 3-step process is to fantasize. I want you to dream up your wildest or worst dream. Perhaps this fantasy is even a little bit shameful or makes you feel guilty for even having it. Some examples might be, I wish I could just win the lottery, or I wish I could just fly to Bermuda and not tell anybody that I'm there. Or I wish I would just get in a car accident. So your fantasy may seem or feel impossible or unlikely, but it's a fantasy, it's supposed to. Okay, so get clear on your fantasy that you are having when you feel most overwhelmed. Step 2 of the process is to get to the heart of the matter. What is the essence of your fantasy? If you wish you could just win $1 million because then you would feel secure and you could do what you need to do in your life, the heart of that fantasy is a lack of security, a need for security. If you wish you would just get in a car accident because then you would physically be unable to help everybody else around you, and for once everyone could take care of you, there you go. You are needing support. If you are wishing you could just jump on a plane and head on off to Bermuda and not tell anybody because you just need some space and rest for once, there you go. The core or the heart of the matter for you is rest and space. All right, so once you've gotten clarity on your heart of the matter, then you can move on to step 3 of this process, which is to realize your fantasy. So I want you to reflect on or think about what it would look like if you were to address the heart of the matter, right? So whether it's a need for security or rest or support, whatever it may be, what does it look like in real life in terms of a single step or action you can take to address the heart of the matter, to address what your core fantasy is telling you about? So that's your 3-step process. I want you to fantasize, I want you to get to the heart of your fantasy, and then I want you to realize your fantasy. So that's all for this week. I hope that you've learned something. Let me know in the comments what you think of this process. And do remember to share it with a friend, and I will see everybody here next week for 3 Minute Thursdays.